You're probably wondering, this isn't a vlog Friday, and it's not supposed to be, but you might have noticed that there wasn't a vlog last Friday when there was supposed to be one, and that's because my body hates me. No, unfortunately, I have been having some health issues just that have compounded themselves in the past, like, almost 2 months now. So it started out with tooth pain that I went ahead and I had a root canal, and that solved it. But then I started having pain all over in my face, and I was like, what is this? So I went to a walk-in clinic, and they gave me some antibiotics. But they gave me horse pill antibiotics, and I tried to cut one in half and swallow half, and I choked on it and vomited a bunch. So then we went back, and I paid more to get a liquid antibiotic. As I was going through this, the pain was still a problem, so I went back to my dentist. We did a full x-ray of my face, and it turns out I have another cavity. In fact, I might have a third one starting, but the main problem is the second one. And it's really weird because I've been feeling the pain mostly up here, which is where that first cavity was. But it turns out all of the nerves are connected, and that's why tooth pain can also turn into headaches and ear pain. So the fact is that while the cavity is down this part, pain all the way through. So he goes, yeah, okay. So I've got a dentist appointment booked next week to hopefully handle all of this. But he takes a look at the prescription and he goes, yeah, this should be helping. Here's some other things you can do. Face pain disappears. I finish my antibiotic, and within 24 hours, I go spotted. Now this is probably really hard to see because I'm actually clearing up right now because it has been over a week since this started happening. And the doctor said about a week to 10 days. My legs are really bad, but I'm not going to show you because it's kind of gross. But basically, within 24 hours of finishing this antibiotic run, I start getting spots. And it gets worse and it gets worse and it gets worse. So, Tuesday of last week, I go into Emerge. And every time somebody sees me, they're just like, so what do you owe? You're here for the spots, aren't you? Okay. And so with an obviously allergic reaction to this, well, they take a look at it and they're like, okay, it's probably an allergic reaction. Because it could be taken to be chicken pox. I've already had chicken pox. It could be shingles, which is sort of the adult version of chicken pox, but I'm less likely to get that. And basically the moment I say I was taking this antibiotic, they're like, that's it. But the first thing they need to check is, are you breathing okay? Because an allergy like this can have respiratory effects. Thankfully, though, I was breathing fine. And I actually got in to see the doctor fairly quickly, which was interesting because Emerge that night was very full of people. And there were a lot of little kids. And so many parents just saw me spotted and just suddenly started, like, moving their kids away. It's just like, it's not chicken pox. It's not chicken pox. I know it's not chicken pox because I know I've had chicken pox because I actually scarred myself. That's why I have this white dot right by my nose. This is a chicken pox that I scratched when I was younger. So I get in to see the doctor, and the doctor's basically like, it's an allergy to this antibiotic. Now it could be, it's a mixed antibiotic, so it could be to either part. It's more likely to the penicillin part, except for the fact that I've taken a round of penicillin before, because I had an antibiotic for the first tooth pain I had, and I did not react this way. And I told him that, and he said, but the thing is, it's hyper rare that you would be allergic to the other part of the mixture. And the good news about that one is that it's only ever used with penicillin. So the better bet is to just note that I'm allergic, particularly to this round of penicillin, possibly to other penicillins, and just avoid the problem altogether. And I was like, okay, is there anything I could take? And he goes, There is something, but it's basically a steroid, which is to say that there is no full clinical guaranteed trial that says, yes, it helps with the reaction you're having. And the list of cons is horrific. And I was like, I will deal with my reaction. Because, again, thankfully it's not respiratory. He actually gave me a list of signs. He said, any of these show up, come right back in. Like, don't wait, come right back in. Because that could be a respiratory thing developing. Thank goodness I did not have any respiratory reaction. But I spent a week just on bed rest with the itchiest spots I have ever had. Just, like, to the point of pain itch. Which is why there is a steroid that you can get. Because some people can't deal with it. But I was off work, like I had to call into work, and I was like, I was really sorry, I was hoping to be able to handle it, but I've had a bad reaction. And everyone was like, no, it's cool. Like, you take time for you. And then going back in this week, like when I still had spots more apparent on my arm, showing it to people, and they're like, oh, like, you should be at home. And I was like, no, this is getting better. And they were like, what? And I was like, this, but worse and all over. Because I started out bright red, and then it kind of faded to a darker purple. And my legs are still kind of at that point, because it's got to work its way out. And I'm just like, nah, like, I'm okay now. I was worse then, and the itch is given away. But I was on bed rest with basically the only thing I could take some, like, Benadryl to deal with the itch. But the only other thing he'd give me was take some cool showers. So I was just constantly in and out of the shower. Like I said, it's better now. It's healing. But that's why you didn't get a vlog last Friday, because I was under the weather and very, very polka dotted. But thankfully, like I said, it's clearing up. It hasn't been a respiratory problem, so I didn't have the worst of the worst, which is always nice. It just kind of meant that I had to just slow down and not do anything. So I watched a lot of TV and YouTube, like, because I couldn't, there were points where I was just so, I couldn't even play video games, like I couldn't focus that much. And it's a little bit frustrating, because it meant, like I said, I didn't have the vlog yesterday, like last Friday. I didn't get book and page videos done, I didn't work, like, just overall, it was a very upsetting thing to just have all of these health problems just compound. But it's getting better now. And I went back to work this week. Woo. Back to work this week. I'm training to be in the store. I'm still finishing up some tour guide-y stuff, which will happen in the next week too. And I figured this would work well, because doing the vlog this week means that I will upload the book review that was scheduled for this week next week, which works because it would have been kind of weird to upload a vlog like the day that I was driving down to visit you, Rach. So I think this switch will work well. But overall, it's been a weird month. Just trying to deal with the ups and downs. Like, my thesis has gone through to the external, and the university is confident because they have asked us for a tentative date, which I think we have, which is about mid-November. So that's another thing for me to suddenly worry about, which is my actual defense. But I am super excited to be done with my thesis, just so I don't get really anxious just checking my email on a usual day. It'd be so nice if that wasn't happening. It'd be so nice. So nice if that wasn't happening. Darn it, I just realized that Yeah, the other thing I was hoping to do was a friend from work, well, not just from work, we're friends. A friend is doing Broadsword, and she wanted me to do Broadsword. So I went to watch on Monday because I'm still not healed fully. So, like, I can't sweat too much or it'll make things worse. And I just realized that I took an evening shift on Monday. But that's because next week I have a bunch of days off because 1, I have the dentist appointment to fix my face, and 2, I have the entire weekend, like a 4-day weekend, booked off so that I could go visit you, Rach. So I just kind of realized that, and I'm like, oh, she's going to be annoyed at me for that one, but I was planning visiting you a while, and the tooth thing is just something I'm going to have to deal with, so, yeah, that's awkward. I'm back to book and page videos. That's what I've been doing mostly in my free time this week, to try and get my buffer up before we hit November when they start getting released. So the first book I'm doing is fully done. I am now into the second one. The first one took a while because it was a full book, and now I'm working on 2 shorter plays. So hopefully together those go a little shorter. But I'm also, again, trying to take it easy because I've been training at work and I'm still spotted, and it's just a little stressful right now trying to worry about everything and not worry about everything, like recognize what I don't have control of, what I do have control of, what's going on. It's kind of nuts. So I am okay. I am okay. I wish there was more for me to talk about. My health concerns just were sort of my focus of the past little bit. And like, I'm trying to remember what happened in the 2 weeks before that, if there's anything exciting to talk about there. Which there really isn't. I finished up my season for when I'm counting tips. So my cupcake over there, my big old cupcake, is full of my tips, which are going to be used for different things. I was going to use part of it for Broadsword, and now I just feel bad because I missed the first one, and I can only watch during the second one, and I'm going to miss the third one, and I have no idea how work schedules are going to work out. Yeah, but I want to get a new mic so I can start working on some other projects that I'm thinking about. So I think that's part of what my cupcake is going to be. So that's kind of nice. Got some new clothes because I had to clean out a bunch that weren't fitting anymore, that I wasn't wearing. And looking towards the fact that, like, I want to go into the professional side of academia, I kind of need some professional clothes. So my closet's looking a lot cleaner now. Not that you see that in most of the videos where I'm just wearing my gaming t-shirts and nerd t-shirts. But yeah. I really don't know what else to say. Like, it's been work and health problems and work and health problems and nothing much else, as I'm just trying to deal with work and health problems and kind of my thesis over there. The other exciting thing is my brother should be coming to visit soon. Right before we then disappear to visit you. So he probably is going to have the apartment to himself for a little bit. That's okay. And then I think I have a sewing project I'm going to work on this weekend, because that's another thing that I wanted to do. I think I have officially deleted my work season to-do list off my phone, because I was looking at sort of the tourism season, which most effectively wrapped up on Thanksgiving weekend. There's still some days after that, but it's pretty much done Thanksgiving weekend. So I've managed to do a lot of things. There's some other projects that I'm still going to be working on, that I want to keep working on, including, I think I'm going to be nuts and do NanoWriMo. But we're gonna see how that goes. I'm not gonna use that time to do my third novel. I think I'm going to use it to work on the standalone that I've kind of been working on this summer, and just see if I can crank out a first draft for that. We're gonna see how it goes. So, Book and Page Season 2, NanoWriMo, and then eventually editing Eagles and writing Crows. I can't believe how close we are to the end of the year. Like, it is past mid-October now. We are into the later half of October. Whew, okay. So, I'm gonna go, and I can't wait to see you next week. Yeah. Bye-bye.